one at Sharp from Sharp's Fashion Nation. I'm sitting here brushing up my hair. Yes, that is getting longer, but we are here. Notice something? I got my ring light up. About damn time. So, I bought something for my friend Rich. That's easier on my eyes. And I bought one for myself, and then he's like, get me one. Because I always do something for Rich Lux on his birthday. I always do. That's a habit. For 2 years, you might as well say I sewed for his birthday. 1 year, that was when his apartment flooded, and I had sent him a mystery box from Cursed Cosmetics, which, you know, I'm a maven. And Rich, like Mariel, she was like, oh my God, I don't care what anybody says. I love Rich Lux. He's funny. And I agree with that. So he was happy to get that. And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Let me move a couple of things out of the way. Like my Jeffree Star lip oil. If you know, I have the Gothic Beach palette. Absolutely still love this. And when his apartment flooded, that was like around August that 1 year. I'm still upset that one broke, even though I pressed a lot of it back in. Gorgeous palette. And I don't use the word gorgeous very often. And then I have the gold-blooded palette. Rich was playing with this in a live stream. Another beautiful, just gorgeous colors. Not one palette has the same shade. That's just like Cursed Cosmetics, Drug Cosmetics. Not one palette has the same colors. And you know I have that one bag with all the singles, right? So like I was saying, I ordered from Amazon the palette for me, and the Rich was like, grab me one. Right? So I did. And then he was telling me, I already cut that open. I just haven't opened it yet. I was just preparing the outer packages on this. So if you don't know, I'm sure a lot of you out there do know, with the iconic Jawbreaker palette. That's right. I myself, for $17.09 over on Amazon, got the Jawbreaker palette. And I was like, you know, Rich, I didn't get you anything for your birthday yet. Let me go grab you one. So on his live stream, he's like, this came in today. He's like, Shar bought it for me. Yes, I did. It was your belated birthday gift. I was going to start my video with, what's up, everybody? Now, like I said, I have not played with this. I have my makeup wipes handy. I'm not putting makeup on right now. We're just going to swatch. Okay, we're just going to swatch so you know we need a makeup wipe. I'll upload this video tonight before I go to sleep. And yes, I do know a lot of you out there are not a fan of Jeffree Star. I do know that. So we're just going to sit that there. You know what? I might go ahead and look. Rich, I have coral conviction. Jeffree Star has another thing called oral conviction, but this is coral conviction. This thing is like, if you don't know how to handle this right, it will not open for you. The struggle is real. And I didn't grab my little scissors out of my room either. So, where's my little eyeshadow singles? So that's my Lancome. Okay, so I have some of the eyeshadow singles. Now, if you don't know this, okay, if you cannot afford this, fabulous packaging, oh my gosh, you can buy the eyeshadow singles and build it yourself. Aha, now that you know that. So, what are we going to do? I'm going to open these and move my hairbrush because that helps. Gosh, this gets stuck. Now that somebody broke in the house and messed with it. Now, if you don't know, this has gone into the Jeffree Star vault. So Gothic Beach, because the packaging, from what I understand, this type of packaging is not cheap to make. Raised lettering. So we can compare colors and swatch them. Makeup wipes. Always have your makeup wipes handy. So, okay, so we have this and this, and none of the colors are the same. Not one. And I like that. Then we have Miss Jawbreaker. Not one shade in here. I used to have the Blue Blood, the Blood Sugar. I gave those ones to a friend that had graduated for beauty school to be a cosmetologist. He used to have a channel. I don't know what happened to Mark. I don't really see him post. Really. Clean that mirror up. Like I said, not one color is the same. So we're going to go ahead and take this. And we'll take that. I'll swatch it as good as I can on my hand. So we're just going to go the top row. I'm going to do one on my thumb. So, like that first shade is this color of the palm of my hand. What's that? That was that. Okay. And got that. Okay. We got those. I could have swatched that way better, but I did not. And something that would look similar in this one. Similar, but not the same. So we'll go back in that first color. See what I mean? And we'll see what it's similar to, which is the second color in the Jawbreaker palette. Not the same. Not the same. Not the same. Okay. Like I said, we'll do some swatches just to show you similar shades. So, going into the darkness. And, yeah, that would be similar to that one. Jawbreaker, Gothic Beach. Those are pretty. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Okay, and then we have some purple shade. These two are Gothic Beach. This one is Jawbreaker. Not one of those. These two are not the same. It is, this one is a shade darker than that one. A shade or two darker. I'm glad I can tell, but I'll tell you what, I thought that I would never get my hands on the Jawbreaker palette because I knew that pretty soon it would just be gone. Just be gone. Like, just be gone. And then we're going to go into this shade, and there is a brown in here. That's the brown from Jawbreaker. Gothic Beach. Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker's lighter. And I'm glad. Really am glad on that. So I want to go into that green in Gothic Beach. That is so pretty. And then the green in Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker. So Gothic Beach. Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker, yeah, you have to build that one up, but that's okay. The cat got my hand. It's right. He's a little stinker butt, but I still love him. So I'm going to say that's the similar shades in this. Oh, wait, no. There's this kind of gold yellow. And there's a yellow in here. Gothic Beach, Jawbreaker. And a lot of people try to say that the Jawbreaker palette has the same colors as the Banana Fetish. I don't think it does. I don't own that one, and I don't think it does. So we'll come over here and play with some of the colors in this one compared to that one that are similar but not the same. Don't mind the neighbors' dogs. They seem to take them off of their collars and let them into our backyard illegally. And they know what they're doing. Jerks. Jerks. Anyway. So again, we have that yellow, right? And then we have a yellow in here. That shade right there. Gold-blooded. And Jawbreaker. I'm going to say Jawbreaker. Their yellow is kind of a little bit of a green tint in that. Yeah, there's a little bit of a green tint. Now, there's this kind of beigeish yellow. And then there's that one right there. Maybe Gothic Beach for a minute. It's be beaching in the way. Okay. Gold-blooded. Oh yeah, that one's lighter. I changed the lighting so you can see that better. I should have done that in the first place. Okay. There is, let's see if there's any pinks that are similar. Huh. I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and pick up that pink. That's really beautiful pink. Oh, that's the shimmer. There's this pink and this pink. But remember, gold-blooded. And there's these two. Gold-blooded. jawbreaker. No, but they're pretty. So very pretty. Oh, and then there's a shimmery pink. Oh my gosh. Really? Y'all, look at that. You know, I know not a lot of people are a fan of Jeffree, but remember, you're getting, even if you're not a fan, you're getting excellent product. Now, there is a shimmer gold in here. Now, remember, this one is the jawbreaker. And then there's this color from the gold-blooded palette. I'm going to say this one is a deeper gold. That was jawbreaker. This one is a gold-blooded palette. Jawbreaker. Those are pretty. And one thing you should do, especially with the shimmer, is kind of like blend it a bit. Just kind of blend that out. Those are still beautiful. Like, you can use that at like the corner of your eye if you're doing a look, you're doing some event look. Make sure that you do something like that. That way you bring it out more. I gotta clean one of these colors in the cold-blooded palette. I dipped my brush in it and I knew I shouldn't have, and then, you know, things happen. So there's that. That's the gold-blooded palette. And then there's a light shimmer shade in Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker. Okay. Gold-blooded. I still have to clean that color in there. It's got that gold reflex in it. Okay. And then that one's Jawbreaker. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful shades. Now, these are shades. If you forget your highlighter at home, you can use, I have no makeup on, none whatsoever. So let's say, and I got no foundation on. Look at that. Oh my gordanias. Let me show you compared to that. Okay, that was gold-blooded. Yeah, let me dip back into that with my finger in the gold-blooded palette. I mean, serious. You can tell right here. I mean, you can't really tell too much because of the lighting now that I have my ring light. Oh, wow. Super excited for that. Oh my gosh. This is why I try to tell people, when you buy your palettes, let me check something. Hold on, guys. Okay. So, like I was saying, there are some similar shades. Now, I also saw this. This is Jawbreaker. There's, like I said, there's some in here that I just was like, should I play with it? Oh, yeah, then there's this pumpkin-y orange. This is all Jawbreaker, right? I'm going to go ahead and shut the gold-blooded palette. I don't know where I'm going to put Jawbreaker, if it'll even fit in that one drawer. The palm of my hand is shiny now. I should probably just get out a clean one. Okay, there we go. That beautiful purple. Then we have that beautiful pink. I think I showed you that. then there's this orange tone, right? But it's a kind of golden orange. Go back into that one. Look, it looks orange on my finger, and it looks orange in person. There you go. Now you get kind of a... There you go. Now you can sort of see that better. Now, I will end up doing some looks with this. Because you guys know I've been using a shit ton of my Cursed Cosmetics. Now, one thing I like to do is I like to blend Cursed Cosmetics with Jeffree Star. Because you can do beautiful looks. Do not be afraid to blend, because being blendly is being friendly, if that sounds weird. Whatever. But what I didn't do in this palette yet is swatch some of the other colors. And here now, I know other people that have had this palette and they've done their swatches. I really like to see if the white... Now, see, you have to build that one up, and I'm fine with that. I really am. I believe that if you're able to build a color, it's really good. And then you can take that shimmer shade, and you don't have to wipe it over. You can pat that shimmer on there, and you're good with that, right? And, oh my gosh, there's some other tones in here. I want to swatch and try it like this. It's a beautiful red, right? So you have that beautiful red. That's not a shimmer. So, you know, some of that shimmer did not come off my hand. But what it did with that red right there, right? Blend that up a little bit. Wow. That's that one kind of a golden reddish orange tone. That's actually pretty. I think that's because I accidentally blended it with this. Oh yeah, that's the one I accidentally blended it with. Y'all, look at that. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. I'm glad I got this. Y'all, prices. If you don't think that you could afford Jeffree, go over to Amazon. He really does sell on Amazon. And like when I showed that to Rich, he was like, wow, wait. He really was. And I was shocked and amazed myself to even find it there. There's this pretty blue shade in here too. That's pretty. Now, with a blue shade like that, I would take this shimmer and blend that in with it. And then you get that. You get that really kind of shimmery gold blue with that. I love that. So anyway, I can't wait to play with this eyeshadow palette more, like on my face. I told Rich that we should go live together, but over on TikTok. I think we should let Rich know. I gotta wipe off the bottom of this palette. That just like, it gets everywhere, that one green shade. I mean, if I find this or if I find the eyeshadow single, I will try my best to replace that one in here and scrape that out into a container. I'm not throwing that bitch away. You're nuts if you think I'm going to throw that away. So anyway, It was $16, but add tax, and I got free shipping. $17.09 after tax. That's not bad, especially for Jeffree Star. Oh my gosh. Also, if you're over at his live streams enough, he will literally bargain basement the prices of a lot. Like, that man is not hurting for money to be able to create. There's a fly in here. I have no idea why. Getting too chilly at night to have flies. So let me see if I can fit the Jawbreaker palette in here after I try putting my other two back in. My poor baby. Oh, really? My poor baby. Okay. So you know that thing that my son gave me, right? Well, that's where I keep my makeup over here. You guys have seen that in other videos when I was in my room before I had to move into the office temporarily. So, jawbreaker. Let's see if you don't break her going here. Oh, wait. She fits. Hold on. There you go. She fits right now. You know what? That's kind of funny because it matches that bag. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm trying not to cringe from the pain I've been in today. Oh yeah, there were a lot of blood clots in the grocery store today. And that's a whole. But you know what though? I filled a grocery cart and spent only $179. Filled the grocery cart. Now, my only downside to going grocery shopping is they did not have gluten-free tortellini anymore. They stopped carrying that. And that makes me angry. They stopped carrying the gluten-free pizza. There's a lot of gluten-free that they stopped carrying. And that upsets me because, you know, I kind of relied on it. So what's the next term for that? You'll find out soon. In the meantime, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. I gotta finish my hair. Now that's just natural wavies. Like underneath, brushing the crap out of my hair. It's just a bunch of natural waves. So I brush it out for an hour, then it tries to go straight. So anyway, enough with the jibber jabber. Like I said, $16 before taxes and free shipping from Amazon. So, as much as I don't like Jeff Bezos, I like Jeffree Star. And actually, he did a really good business move with that, just to move inventory to make room for the new stuff, because he's coming out with new stuff. So look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.